I welcome you all to the second segment of lecture number 10. So, in this segment, we will be looking at the Calvo doctrine. In the earlier segment, we had a general introduction as to why certain capital importing countries wanted to give national treatment to foreign investors as well. So, what do you say, a sort of a maximum version of national treatment, or a strong advocacy for national treatment came from Latin American countries, particularly Argentina, because of this Argentine jurist Carlos Calvo. So here Latin American countries were the first group of countries that got independence from the colonial regime, and they wanted to assert sovereignty. So they wanted to give the same treatment to foreign investors that they were also giving to their own nationals. And that is what they wanted to do. So they thought that it is only right if the foreigners are also treated the same way as that of their nationals, because when they admit foreigners into their country to conduct an economic activity, they are doing that so on an equal base system, right? So the same way they would also allow a national to carry on an economic activity. That is what the same thing, that is what they are doing to foreigners as well. So when they are admitted into the commerce on an equal basis, why should they be allowed to contact their home state or ask the help of their home state to settle the dispute that they have with the host state? This is what they questioned. So basically they questioned the fact that why should foreigners be given a higher protection than their nationals, and especially with regard to conferring diplomatic protection. So in that context, Calvo doctrine has enumerated two principles in the context of conferring diplomatic protection to investors by the home state. So the very first principle of Calvo doctrine states that the doctrine of state sovereignty precludes states from intervening in the affairs of another, both diplomatically and by force. So aliens should be afforded no more than the same treatment as nationals and must limit themselves to filing claims in the local judicial system. So these are the two principles of Calvo doctrine. So here he questions why should diplomatic protection be conferred to them, and that even if they have any dispute, that should be resolved through the local courts, because that is the only option that's available for a domestic investor, right? So why should foreign investor also subject themselves to the local courts? Now in reality, what had happened was Calvo had propounded these two principles, but how do we implement them? So what the Latin American countries did was, the Calvo clause found its way in the local legislations as well as in the contracts that these countries concluded with the investor. So when they signed an investment contract with an investor, there was one clause in that investment contract whereby the investor waives a right to get diplomatic protection from the host state, and that they will voluntarily submit to the jurisdiction of the local court. So this was something that found its way into the investment contracts. In fact, the Calvo clause was also approved by the 7th Inter-American Conference, where the US reserved its right in within international law. So US did not accept it, but other countries did accept it. So Calvo clause was at one point of time was used. It was not that successful in 1980s, but we can see that this was sort of asserted before the United Nations as well. So now with regard to the Calvo clause, capital exporting countries had a problem. What was the problem? Capital exporting countries stated that even if an investor has signed an agreement which contains Calvo clause, still the capital exporting countries can confer diplomatic protection on the investor and can espouse a claim of that investor. Why? Why do they think so? Because from the perspective of capital exporting countries, they felt that it was not the right to get diplomatic protection is not an individual right which can be waived off by private investor, but rather that right to confer diplomatic protection is a broader right, and that vests with the capital exporting countries, and any injury that is committed to their citizens will be considered as an attack on the country itself, and therefore they will get a right to confer diplomatic protection and espouse a cause of that investor. So, the basically question, it's not an individual right for an investor to waive off through a Calvo clause. Even if the contract has a Calvo clause, still they can confer diplomatic protection on that particular investor and bring and espouse a cause of that investor. So, this is what was said by capital exporting countries. In fact, capital exporting countries had some other arguments with regard to why international minimum standard of treatment should be given to investors. Let us discuss those in detail in the third segment of this lecture. Thank you.